Glad you're here with us for this weekend devotional. I come across a phrase several times here a while back that Paul uses in 2 Corinthians 5:14 through 15. He's talking about themselves as apostles, but he's talking about those who are Christians who follow Christ. But in 2 Corinthians, the 5th chapter, verses 14 and 15, he said, "For the love of Christ controls us, because we have concluded this, that one has died for all, therefore all have died. And he died for all of those who might live no longer, uh, and he died for all, that those who live might no longer live for themselves, but for him who, for their sake, died and was raised." We've used this thought, we've used this particular verse, but I want us to think about what Paul says, the reason they do what they do, the reason we as Christians seek to live for God. He says back here in 14, "For the love of Christ controls us." For the love of Christ controls us. And I have to ask the question, does the love of Christ control us as it should? Or do we let that love control us? There's three places here I want us to look at and think about. In Matthew, the 5th verse, or 5th chapter, verse 44. We'll start in 43. He says, "You have heard that it was said, you shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I say to you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, so that you may be the sons of the Father who is in heaven." And then in Romans 12, we go over and once again Paul gives comment. Romans 12, verse 9, he said, "Let love be genuine, abhor what is evil, hold fast to what is good, love one another with brotherly affection, outdo one another in showing honor. Do not be slothful in zeal, be fervent in spirit, serve the Lord, rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, be constant in prayer, contribute to the needs of the saints, and seek to show hospitality." And then in 1 Corinthians, chapter 16, verse 14, it started at 13. He says, "Be watchful, stand firm in the faith, act like men, be strong. Let all that you do be done in love." It leads simply to a question. Do we let the love of Christ control us? Do we long to do these things? Do we long to be that one who loves his enemy? Or do we look and say, let love be genuine, abhor what is evil, this love for God? Let all that you do be done in love. You see, if we're not doing these things, then we're not letting the love of Christ control us. We need to look at ourselves. We need to think about who we are. We need to think about what we do and how we love, seeking to give ourselves over to God and seeking to let the love of Christ control our lives. Thank you so much for being here today, and may God bless you.